Welcome. Welcome. So I took some screenshots from this video, so we're going to go through these, and then some Shaligrams. So this is from Damodar Kund. Okay. Can see it going like over to the left here where that ridge is. So a lot of these are going to be looking in this direction. I guess something like that. So I guess the other lake is over this ridge in reality. Like we can't actually see it, which is probably this ridge. This is that Shaligram that goes through here. And then beyond that is the other lake. And then there's that where the beam shot off. I just tried to take pictures all around it. More pictures of there. Another picture there. I think I'm more likely to be less in the way there. Slightly lower on this side than this side. Perhaps because the pressure was relatively to this side. So this side could form more sloped and higher maybe than this side did. And maybe eddied upward. Contributing to the like literal eddies that went here, like over here, up and over, down maybe, or something of that nature. Up, over, ramp, maybe like that. Or it's squeezed through here. So maybe it didn't spiral like that. I don't know. I'm not sure. I feel like it might have actually created a relative eddy like that. Maybe with like a Birkeland current nature to it, even with layers. Like this outside, and then an inner one like spine, which is we go here, this from Yorkshire Fossils, huge landslide fossil episode, where it's Birkeland current. It's a literal Birkeland current fossilized. I talked about this before, so I won't go into detail about it right now, except, like, for instance, 2 becomes 3. It wraps around. Like, why would bones lay like this in these diamond shapes? Which kind of reminds me of, if we go to Twitter, the Schumann resonance. Been going around this in the way those bone structures were. Maybe there's some relationship, if this is real. It's hard to say. I watched Stephen Burns. Maybe I'll turn my mic or my sound down. I was getting into it, but in case it's echoey. This one, where he goes into, I still gotta watch this. I'm sure this is epic. But this one, he goes into it looks like it's a little loud. Maybe I'll put it down like that. It's there. But he goes into the different maps. So like this is the only one that's really anomalous, this one. Other ones he shows look like this, which don't show, I think it was in this period when it's happening, so it doesn't show anything really. Different locations around the world. This one's in Russia, and apparently is in like a good place for low noise, so it is commonly looked to as like the primary one, but there's a bunch of them. And he's talking about possible causes and HARP and how that's probably not it, but also still concerning. This was really interesting. This gamma ray burst, October 9th, and he was like, if anything happened October 9th in your life, like this gamma ray burst happened October 9th, and was talking about the energies. So I was like, I wonder, like, it's June 18, 2023. This is October 9th, 2022, not that long ago. What, 7 months? 295 on this. So I just started going through. Pardon me as I do this, just to point it out, because it's kind of curious. Going through them, like 200 are already in March. So at some point I was like, well, maybe nothing, maybe it doesn't really coincide, like 120 and we're in December. We only got like a month to go. October 9th, 2 months. Oh, I was thinking November, so 8 months. 8 months ago. In 8 months, minus 10 days. November, we're getting closer. Getting closer, we still got 60 to go. October 21st. Now we're at 35. That's pretty interesting. But I was like, no way. No way did I finish these by then. And then I just see this large cluster of them here. Like, oh my god, how many videos did I put out that day? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 in one day. They're all relatively short, actually. These are not. Holy crap. Anyway, so one is at October 14th. So I keep scrolling. I'm like, okay, I do have a video, October 9th. And it's really in the Shaligram range. It's pretty interesting. So already September 27th is when I really noticed Shaligram. So maybe here even looks like. Where did I even notice Shaligrams? It must have been after the Alex Jones trial that I reacted to in its entirety. Except for day 7, I guess I just never finished. That's as far as I got. It was 7 days, I just never finished the day. At that point, I was like, good enough. I literally reacted to the entire trial. So before that, I wasn't really, like, if we go back before that, just curious, before the trial, day 1 is Dwarka. So it really goes, I discover in the bathymetric data what I believe to be ancient Dwarka, and then I'm like within 10 days, let's say, and then another 12 or 9 days So 21 days later, I make this. 3 weeks later, this video is made, which at this point is largely wrong, but points to a lot of really interesting things. And then these videos, and then I just switch gears like after July 25th. Like, 2 weeks later, I just start pumping out these videos. Oh my god, they're so long. 2 hours, hour. I don't know why that one is 7 minutes. I think that one is possibly posted on Rumble and was flagged for medical misinformation because I literally said the word vaccine. I think it's because I literally said the word vaccine. I didn't even, if that, I'm not even sure there was anything medical misinformation whatsoever. It's just like the algorithm was turned on that any post that used this word was flagged, and my post was just taken down. Pretty sure that that's what that is, just me saying, hey, that's what happened. Okay. But yeah, these are really multiple hours for a lot of them. Maybe that one was taken down. Something, it happened somewhere along the line. But then, somewhere in September, late September, I noticed Shaligrams. Where was that one? This one. 24th, which is interesting. That September, like the 21st to 26th, seems to be like an interesting time. A lot of the time, it's like a resonance that is actually in tune with the calendar. It happens that time of the year where there's like a crescendo. It doesn't necessarily have sufficient activation energy for some transformation to occur, but it's pointing to like a conduit where the energy of transformation is most able to travel down that path. I don't know. Seems like something of that nature might be happening. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. Sorry for the tangent. Now, while this Schumann resonance is happening, this was the 18th. So I think it's SOS. Yeah. If we go here, let's check out its current. It's still going according to this. I'm not sure if this is present time. Current UTC time +7 would be 3:20. So it's probably 12-hour delay or something. But yeah, this though, October or June 18th. Or is that what it was? I guess the 17th through 18th. Let's see, what time is this? 8 current time. 18 current time would be 11 UTC, which would be, or now is 18 UTC, so -7, so it would be 7 a.m., 7:20 a.m. That would be crazy if I posted it. I would be like, what? This video doesn't seem all that exciting. The ramp to the top is pretty interesting. I was watching history. This one. Yeah, this one. She was saying something about a portal to the top opening or something of that nature. Or maybe it was even the Stephen Burns video where he was saying something. One of them mentioned the concept, and I thought that was interesting. So maybe to tie back in, when I realized this was a ramp that functioned like this, where current flowed along the Gandaki Valley, Kali-Gandaki Valley, came into this region, swirled through here, but also went up this way because of pressures, flowed across these cross currents, creating the lakes, and then wrapped around this because of the back pressure here coming up. So it ran into that, went around this nucleus that it shaped, and then shot off a beam here that was overlaid by currents going from short-circuiting from this side to over here across the top, creating an actual conduit for the water to just shoot out across and hit over here at this location. Very significant discovery, I would say. It's interesting, I don't know. And that's what we're looking at here, where that beam shoots off into the distance, ramps up. Different angles. This is looking up, I guess. Over this way, I guess. Somewhere up this way. Or possibly like on this side in general, not on this side. I'm not sure where it looks like exactly that. Or even that, like, oh, I keep doing that. This here is maybe this or this. Like here, I guess. Maybe this here really looks more like this. It turned at that angle, I guess, so we can see down this side more or something. Again, this is the one I perhaps first noticed over here. This, maybe we'll get a better picture. But imagine there's a current coming across that wraps around this structure and then goes up and shoots off. And there's another current coming in. But this current going over interacts with that current coming in. Maybe where it especially interacts. Because essentially there's a current, or this current coming this way, sorry, that goes over here and around here, and another current coming up this way. Maybe when it goes around, it also goes atop this current and reaches out and puts up like fingers to turn, so it can turn here, and puts up like braces specifically here and not prior, though, like in relationship to this mound. That's kind of what I was thinking when I saw them, like maybe something of that nature there. I didn't look around to see if that's relatively unique. I don't see it elsewhere. So I would say highly likely. Maybe even like an entire like ramping current that goes like this. It's like flows along basically this whole length from where the turbulence is causing it to like bend in this direction, but then it runs into this backstop, putting out pressure points so that the current can no longer flow in that direction. It's just got so much pressure there that it then spawns another current that then like the main current flows through while this just holds the pressure. It's kind of like holding the line while holding the door while everyone goes through. And then it goes through, they go through, wrap around, and it does a similar thing here. This current's going up this way, so it's kind of running into it, creating current going up this way as well as this way, and just generally across probably is some degree of boundary there. But then because it's running into it, it is branching into it as well and putting out fingers here that help it turn again, creating this Shaligram-esque corner here. I don't know if I've seen images of this location, but specifically here, bending. Possibly eddying here somewhat in this stretch as it bends and swirls in here. Goes up, ramps. Okay, so let's keep that in mind over there. Kind of see a pathway over there, like maybe it's hard to tell, like this is maybe has a boundary here though, where it kind of wraps around off of it. Lots of little arcs in that way over here, as if a current is pushing into it and then sliding up it from that pressure point in like a fan. I think this is to the left here. To the left, like over here. Although maybe not. I'm not sure where this is. Oh, okay, it's a cross. It's a cross. So that one is probably this one. Or no, maybe it's this one. Here. Possibly that one. It looks like the right one. Or no, that's the right one, probably over there. That's the left one. Here. Oh no, yeah, this one, and then so there's three of them, sorry. Three, how many are there? Let's make sure. These are past it, but also relevant. Like here's relevant. But I guess there's three main ones in this stretch. Down the side here, that goes over this way. Down the middle, that goes down the middle. And then the far side one that goes over there, I guess. So that one, interesting, it even bends a lot. Like there's a current pushing it, especially to bend out over there. Maybe. Although it isn't so much here, maybe just the channels, this velocity changes a lot. Okay, so this is the central one. Central one. Far right one. Or left. The western one. Western one, and then we're approaching where those things are. For sure they are only there. Possibly some pointedness in this direction. Like a flow was there. It's definitely looking like some of those Schumann resonance structures. I don't want to say that that's a real effect yet until I hear some more, maybe see some more. Who knows? Who knows what the future holds in that regard, I guess. Another picture. Same spot. I really wanted to get as many pictures of this. This is where I captured it well. We really see it differentiate in structure from here to here. Where water's going across that way. Or across this way, I think. And spreading out in the resistance to fan out that way. Above the current coming uphill, possibly as well as below, like separating to go down, although I'm not sure it does that until it gets further down where it meets that other current. Over here. Like maybe it comes around here and then it starts to go down as it goes around this current that went around this way. Or no, this one was going out around this way maybe, and going up and down. That's right, that's right, that's right. That's right. Yeah, it's going out there. So it's bending here and going that way on top of an inlet current that's going this way as well as this way. So there's turbulence at where they intersect especially. And this little pinch point nucleus. Okay. But it sprays out this way. Off the mound. Awesome. So cool. There's one of the lakes. Not sure what this is exactly. Where it is exactly. Like it could be anywhere. It could be like pretty much anywhere. Probably a relevant point, like along this trajectory. I want to be like over here. Like at this boundary maybe even. This boundary down and this line where there's an intersection there. It's interesting there's something there. I don't think it's what's pictured here. Although it is kind of a similar shape. whatever it is pointing at this one, it looks like. Like in a good spot for a photo like this, so maybe here. It's just hard to say. Okay. These are probably the lakes. Can't even tell necessarily. Then it had this again. This one, we ran into this wall recently. We ran into this wall recently. In here. Where could it be? I think it was this one. Here it is. Here it is. It's got like a nucleus, a ring of like darker things here. Interesting over there, like a spot that like especially eroded out. Almost like a electron to the nucleus. Well, these are kind of like electrons. That's what I'm thinking, is these are behaving like a structure of that nature, where it's got a core that has orbiting systems that are energetically bonded to it. So we came across that again here. I'm not exactly sure where this is, but that means it's real close to the lake. Very close. Didn't actually directly look at it, but I just took a bunch of pictures anyway. You can see the little pods of dark material. Okay. And then this river is pretty interesting. The way it's very back forth, dude. Very wave-like. Also, almost gives this structure a system of like petals, like the Sudarshan chakra petals, or all the lotus flower petals kind of concepts. And then over here, though, it has another petal that's like interconnected with the systems, which is interesting because if we look over there, I guess I swear I have a picture over here. There it is. I can kind of see the nucleus with some, maybe here, with like a ring around it. Similar kind of thing going on there as well. Very interesting. Okay. Without further ado, let's check out some new Shaligram pictures that I've been taking from Etsy and Rudraksh Guru, from Mangalam Jewelry, Tatva Jewelry, and Rudraksh Guru. I think all these are from. Okay, let's go ahead and start here. This is Mangalam Jewelry. Some dendrite stuff. I just thought this one was interesting. It looks like it has something trying to be a Shaligram here, or an ammonite here. The current was flowing here, but at the boundary, so much so that it didn't really take this structure like this. This one's got a lot of little dimples all over it. Dimples everywhere. which I've been coming across more recently. Dimples everywhere. That dendritic back there. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Some cross section of it. What's up with this? Wow. It's even got dimples there. That's interesting. There's the top piece with some kind of disconnect starting to form around it. I don't know what to make of this one, especially. We can kind of see the chakra stuff going on in there. The ripples, the ribs coming to a chakra point over here, but it does not look fully formed. I'm sure there's some anomalies in there, especially on the bottom face. It looks like the top face formed a little more regularly, but even here it looks kind of more trilobite-y, like longer this way, with not so much, maybe oval, more elongated. Something that's not just like a point, that it spirals around, it gets larger around that point. Like, wow, very snake-like head. All these currents this way. Wow. It even has the teeth going from here, over here, over here. This looks like a current was wrapping around this way, hit this mass, and just drilled into it and met resistance and went this way. And just same. And then over here is able to etch around this boundary maybe more. Making like a dip in the nose area of the snake head. Some scars across it. Comes up, gets stuck. I think that's the place. I'm not completely sure. And then makes it through. Turning, because it's not just straight, it's not all like this angle, it's literally like that kind of thing, relatively, wrapping around. I'm not sure that's the same place. It might be this side. It's still doing it on this side though, I guess. This one just had so much definition here. Flat face with a round back, like it divided in half-ish kind of appearance. Very cool. Very cool. This is from Manglam Jewelry. This one was also probably. This I found interesting. All the marks in it, maybe a bit better in other pictures. Very balanced, like the mound side. Let's not become like this, and then the side that's maybe seen more current flow through and around it that shaped it more. Or this was just like compacted in layers. This had like cross currents shaping it. It almost goes to a pole here. Like a current's coming this way, that another current's coming this way, and it hits it and deflects it this way to the pole. And it creates one of those tube conduit type circumstances that really allow it to get through to the pole. Maybe, of the rock, which does happen. Since these currents are flowing along the surface, they behave like that, where there's actual poles. Very anomalous. This whole thing's anomalous. It shows the discrepancy of the shale colored material over here, the gold color material over here, like it's coming in even and hitting it and wrapping around, maybe even extending over here into this location where this material is just filled with water that kind of ends up spraying, especially out here, creating this actual void here on this side at like a core similar to that picture we were looking at over here. This one's cool. Lots of cool features. Again, some like weird things going on in the front of this one. Not standard looking. The dendrites over here are just popping off, looking like coral reefs or something. Got this mound over here. Almost like as it pushed this out, as this pushed out, it pushed a mound like that was more up. Like this was more this way. It's sideways, and it just like pushed the material out of the way. But it was still malleable, so it just like bent at a seam that it formed. Got some of those features out here. I'm not sure if it's connected to this or elsewhere or what. So opposite this, so it's definitely where this is most prevalent. where these are. So like these are probably a current going around the rock and maybe down this side or up the side, one or the other. So that there's these in line with that makes sense. It even looks like it arcs off this way, and maybe like each one of the teeth points is related to it pushing between it. Between a cross current, making it go in wave arcs. Okay, some cool stuff, cool stuff. Whoa. It just looks like an actual crashing wave that was wrapping around and becoming a crashing wave. Because it is, really. It's like energy going up to higher energy level until it reaches a point where it can't go anymore and it starts to crash because it's hitting an actual like low shelf, a low level where the wave starts to crash, and it does so, but within the rock, like it's wrapping around the chakra, creating this like ripple of energy. But because it's being caused by an inflow of energy that's easily able to do so, it just continues to do so without a crashing wave occurring. And this just exemplifies that that kind of thing is happening, where it's like coming to some point where it can no longer just flow, and it runs into more of a slope that then makes it crash, but it's inside of this container, so it's like held as it crashes, so it crashes like into the rock and around it until the energy just stops, freezes in time, something like that. I want to be surprised. It seems plausible, kind of like going around this structure as it makes it more and more dense. At some point, this becomes so dense that the current wrapping around it can't push the outer boundaries any further, and it can't like form, so thereby forming new layers down here, like another step down, making more space. And so it just does so within this chamber, and it just pushes through the shell at that point off of the pressure again along this boundary as the energy is compacting a nucleus. Truly incredible. What is up with that? It's like a current's coming down this way, up this way, runs into the down current, bends over into here, and then deflects up around it, maybe? I don't know. It's hard to say. So much something going on there. Just etching into the shape, seemingly around here. I don't know why that would be the only place, like right where this is happening. Not sure what to make of it exactly. Another one. These are incredible. Like they're all three of these had unique features. This one here. Totally unique. This one unique, and now this one. Like what? How many of these do I got so I can 76. Okay. Definitely a current coming in, like spiraling. I'm not sure which way. Like, seemingly maybe spiraling over here, which then caused current to go around a chakra point and back out this way. I'm not sure why the current would then move over into it. Like the current seems to have moved over. Like it started over here on this side and then it moves over to this side. Maybe because over here it can no longer push material through, like it blocked it enough, and it is energetically favorable to move over to this side and have the current start to etch through this side out over here, and it like rotates back and forth. Although it's very anomalous. Like everything about this Shaligram's anomalous. It's too unique for me to doubt its authenticity. It's certainly showing features that I know to be almost impossible to replicate. And like to be aware of and precise enough to like not put nonsense in. Like this could be just seen as nonsense. Like I wonder what science would have to say about this Shaligram and ones like it. Like it might just be written off as like fake when things like this happen, so as to not explain it, not need to explain it. If we just call it fake, we don't need to explain it. It's explained, even though it's not explained whatsoever. How was it fake to be so perfect as it is? Doesn't make any sense. Again with the chips on the side. Looks kind of tooth-like things going on over there. I don't know. Very cool, very cool. It's again got some cross currents. Some things going on besides just the top. Like some features to the top for sure. That possibly point at these features around it. The most prominent ones. There. 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 Maybe. Not sure. I don't know what to make of things like this. I mean, I think it just vented and chipped the rock by outflows of water and little pore channels, little channels that the water brings enough channels that it does this to the surface. To remove a layer, maybe at some point it doesn't look like this, but in some intermediary amount of removal, it really becomes pronounced like this. Incredible. Those look like the features going up the ramp. It's interesting, it's centered more so on the base than the nucleus itself. Another dendrite with a fracture across it. I guess this could look kind of like that wall with the little nodes around it. Oh my god, this one. Like, what is going on? Also Mangalum jewelry. They have a bunch of cool ones. Whoa. Little chunk out the back. Interesting, it's got teeth. That are not even related to these. It doesn't look like this goes to like here. This goes to like there. The center of this goes generally there. The center goes maybe to that point. Maybe the center, maybe it's center to center. It's not in line with this though. And then this looks like it does it the other way. In line with them. In that case. In that one. Possibly in line down here too. So maybe they're going off the sides. Or it's going up and around going into here, and it ended up chipping the surface off, so it ended up having the current go down into this segment and etch the boundary of it to show the current that was flowing up. And into this hole of water. Like as the currents differentiated, water, I guess, flows through these pores in the top side as part of the process. It even looks kind of like squished up maybe. Here, this pore is closed, and then there's this streak here, like a current went up this way and just etched here because it couldn't get in because the pore was closed. I mean, it's not happening everywhere, maybe a little bit there too, but it's an indicator. Another angle of this. Okay. Okay. I didn't even save the video because what? Okay. This one had like a blob here. Really good definition over here, I thought. Tatfoot Jewelry is where this one's from. Same one. I'm just gonna move through this one pretty fast. It's got definitely, it has features that I wanted to just save, but I don't know if I feel like referring to them specifically now. That looks really interesting in there. Like in here, it just looks really interesting. Very, very interesting. Kind of reminds me here of those caves I was looking at in the last video where I said it had like a dendritic appearance atop the like building they built into that one portion, things of that nature. Kind of reminds me of what that actually looks like there. This one I thought looked kind of like an ohm. Symbol. Like, am I spelling that right? Like that. It looked like that part. Let's see if it has more. I didn't really look. Maybe a little circle thing there like that. I don't know. Maybe it's got like stuff like that one around it. I don't know if that's normal. I think this is just the symbol here, pretty much. Okay, OM, yeah, that's the spelling. Right. Like the actual spelling. Yeah, it looks like an ohm. Probably related to the ohm symbol then also. Is that music still playing? I don't want it to turn to something else. I'll just play it again for now. There you guys go, enjoy. Okay, this is the last one, so. Cool, cool. This is probably the best picture. Just slices through right to. And here. Seems related to why this ammonite structure formed here, and that the current was over here. That also went through here, I guess divided, went two ways here, through back that way, and over this way, and met again here. I don't know if that's into here or coming out of here though, maybe going that way and this way. Like maybe, I don't know, just some thoughts. The rock itself is bent, like kind of inward indented, like maybe some kind of pressure was generally being applied, especially in this region, which is where that is here. So it kind of gives me the impression a current was flowing in here that then indented the rock, made its way in through these teeth structure, current flows here, and then spiraled out an eddy over here. Possibly interacting with like a general equator current that's wrapping around the rock at that point. So when it reached that there, it interacted with it. I guess going this way, back and around, back to here, wrapping around the front, back around the back, wrapping around to here, And then when it ran into this current, I would say actually wrapping around this side and ran into it and then couldn't pass it so easily, so it went down into the rock and spiraled. If it was happening like that, it even looks like it has a little channel back there. This, like the chakras are very odd looking. Missing like chunks near this side. All of it kind of pushed to the opposing side. Although it's pretty clean over here. Almost like this current went around and started to take this shape over time. And then I went in through here and just shaped it all. Okay. That's all I got for now. See you guys soon. Later.